Your king says he betrayed me for love. I say he betrayed me for firm tits and a tight fit.
Hello, my sweet summer children. I'm back with some juice to get you through the long night. And the night is long. It's long, like Game of Thrones. Come back, okay? Season 8, where you at? But anyway, today we are going to be talking about Season 8 of Game of Thrones. I had retweeted an article from winteriscoming.net by Corey Smith about a week ago. And if you follow me on Twitter, you've seen that. If you don't follow me on Twitter, come on, guys, what are you doing? But anyway, so Sophie Turner is the actress that plays Sansa. So this is what she said. What can you know? This season is bloodier than ever. It's full of betrayal, full of war, full of danger. That's all I can say without giving too much away. So basically, it sounds like any other Game of Thrones season. Like, let's just be honest, it does. But there's one part that sticks out to me, and that is about Season 8 being full of betrayal. Now, the reason this stands out to me is because everyone is where the majority agrees that they're supposed to be, and Season 8 is about dealing with the Night King, right? We were kind of led to believe last season that everyone was on the same page except for Cersei, but I have always said that a certain betrayal was going to happen. We're going to talk about that, but I'm extra. So I wanted to go through all of the potential betrayals for Season 8. And y'all, when I actually started thinking about it, there was a potential for betrayal damn near everywhere. You get betrayed, he gets betrayed, she gets betrayed, you get betrayed. Everybody's getting betrayed. So one of the possible betrayals I thought about had to do with Daenerys. And no, it's not that she's Nisa. Like, that irritates me to no end. But anyway, who could betray Daenerys? Well, a lot of people. Everyone, basically. But one of the ones that I thought about was the Dothraki.
Dothraki followed strength above all, Khaleesi.
So Jorah has told Daenerys multiple times that the Dothraki follow strength, and strength alone. We also know that a Khalasar is not inherited. So if something were to happen to Daenerys, then her son or daughter wouldn't just inherit a Khalasar. Daenerys has been basically winning. She fought the Lannister forces with the Dothraki and managed to issue a slaughter. But the Night King is a different type of enemy. The cold, winter, is a different type of enemy. I do not doubt that at this point the Dothraki support their leader, their Khaleesi. They did follow her across the poison water. But what would happen once she starts losing? Like, really losing? Losing to Euron and Cersei and the Night King. What will happen when they get a taste of the bitter cold in the north? What will happen when the food is scarce and they're starving to death? What will happen if Daenerys is not strong anymore? What usually happens in situations like this is mutiny. If the Dothraki follow strength, they could easily betray Daenerys should she be proven weak. They could just switch sides. If for some godforsaken reason Daenerys dies, then we know they won't just follow her son or daughter or whoever. They're supposed to avenge her death and then join her amongst the stars, but we've seen with Drogo's death that did not happen, and they don't really follow customs. I'm not sure about this one, but there is potential for a Dothraki betrayal. There are some more obvious betrayals that could be coming. We of course know that Cersei is going to break the peace pact that she made with Jon and Daenerys and company at the Dragon Pit. That was revealed in season 7 when Cersei told Jaime that Euron had went to get the Golden Company. So that's a betrayal that we know for sure is going to happen, or kind of like it already happened. But the people getting betrayed don't know it yet. And would you even really consider that betrayal? I'm not sure, but book fans have been waiting for betrayals, or treasons. The ones Daenerys learned about at the House of the Undyings. The treasons you will know, one for blood, one for gold, and one for love. Daenerys is actually quite obsessed with this prophecy, and I did an entire 2-part video on the House of the Undying and on those prophecies, and I'll link that below. So Daenerys could likely have a betrayal or treason for love coming her way, or she could be doing this to someone else. Another obvious suspect to be committing betrayal is Sansa. I've said it 100,000 times, like 100,000 times. I think that Sansa could betray Jon. Sansa, I don't think she's gonna be happy about this alliance with Daenerys, and she's going to even be less happy when she finds out that Jon is a Targaryen. But I have a video on this betrayal. I have bets with other content creators on this betrayal, and I think it's Sansa. I think Sansa was basically raised and she learned all that she knows from Catelyn, Cersei, and Littlefinger, and her actions will follow those. She wasn't exactly the supportive sister in season 7, but since you guys already kind of know how I feel about that, I won't dwell here. So the next betrayal could come from the betrayer of all betrayals, Varys, the Spider. I mean, at this point, Varys' whole entire life is a betrayal. But there was some weird dynamic between Varys and Daenerys in season 7.
And I swear this, if you ever betray me, I'll burn you alive.
Daenerys basically said, if you betray me, I will murder you. You'll die. And then after this whole confrontation thing between Varys and Daenerys, Melisandre tells Varys that he will die in Westeros. So could he die just because men die in war? Or could he die because he's going to betray Daenerys? There's an entire Blackfire storyline that he's head of in the books, at least in my opinion. I also have a video on that. I'll link it below. So for the show, that Blackfire or bastard Targaryen could be Aegon. I could totally see Varys conspiring to place Jon on the throne, or at least Daenerys thinking that he is conspiring against her. Because let's look at this from Daenerys' point of view. She's fought for this throne her entire life. She's ducked assassins. She's been poor. She's been hungry. She was sold like a brood mare. She's lost a son. She's buried a husband. She's walked through fire and conquered cities. She's freed slaves, and she follows this guy, Jon, to a cold wasteland. She loses one of her dragons, and she vows to help him just to get there and be told that she's not really the queen. She's not really the rightful heir because a boy who sees visions inside of a tree says she's not. And he also says that Jon, the guy she just banged on the ship, is her nephew. I mean, put that shit into perspective. And Varys might try to tell her that all of this is true, and she might feed him to Drogon. So I think Varys has a high likelihood of committing some kind of betrayal, at least in Daenerys' eyes. So when I did a collab video with Talking Thrones, we discussed the possibility of Tyrion doing some betrayal on behalf of Cersei. While this would make for a very interesting storyline, I'm not sure that it's likely. Tyrion fucking hates Cersei. Like, he hates Cersei, and he wants to kill her. He also cares about people, and he's a good leader. Daenerys believed in Tyrion when no one else did. Daenerys can give Tyrion more than Cersei could or would. Tyrion's own family had turned him out and sentenced him to die. The only person that showed him any inkling of love was Jaime. And now that Jaime is out of Cersei's control, Tyrion has no reason to spare her, much less team up with her. She would never trust him anyway because she thinks that he is the Valonqar that's meant to kill her. Speaking of the Valonqar, I definitely believe that the Valonqar is Euron, and he will betray Cersei and kill her because Cersei is never going to marry him. I have an entire video on all of the evidence that Euron is the Valonqar, and I will link that as well. The betrayals are just ongoing. There could be a northern revolt. When Jon arrives with the Targaryen queen, he has bent the knee and surrendered the title of king in the north, joined the north and Winterfell back to the Seven Kingdoms. They could be pissed. They could start a riot in the streets. They were pissed while he was gone. They were talking shit. The Vale could turn on Sansa. Sweet Robin could turn on her for killing Uncle Peter, or Lord Royce, who is anti-Targaryen, could turn on her. Jon could be betrayed by almost everyone with the exception of Arya and Davos. If he for 1 minute trusts Cersei, that will be a grave error, full of betrayal. But the biggest potential betrayal could lie with the biggest player in the War for Dawn, Bran. Bran could betray everyone and anyone to reach a specific outcome. He won't have regard for family, friends, dragons, wolves, lions, anything, so he may not be completely honest to everyone about the cost. For example, he might know that what he's going to ask them to do will cause certain people to die, dragons to die, direwolves to die, and everything, but he won't tell them because he knows they can't change it, and he knows things will happen that if you knew about it, that you might not do, and he can't risk that. Quite frankly, that's all the betrayals I can take for today, but let me know of any that I didn't think about, and also let me know the betrayals that you think are most likely to happen. I've linked all of the videos that I mentioned in this video. I wanted to give a huge shout out to everyone that supports me on Patreon. I appreciate you guys so much for sticking with me through the long night, and everyone that watches my videos. As always, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, click that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and join the sweet summer family. Okay, my sweet summer children, have a good day.